A wireless dual mic system? Let's check this out. Dave Taylor here, and I have my wired lavalier microphone connected on my clothes, and then there's a wire running all the way over to the camera, which works pretty well in some situations. But if I want a little more freedom and autonomy, or if I want to record outside, or I want to be further from the camera, it gets to be a real pain, and you just don't want that wire stretching super far. Enter wireless microphones. It is a technology that has long since been perfected, and now you can get wireless microphones with enormous range that have all sorts of circuitry to make sure you don't have any interference or dropout. Like this. This box contains, and let me open it up and show you one of the transmitters. This is the Hollyland Lark M2S wireless lavalier microphone. Now, a while ago, I reviewed the Lark M2, which was a great little microphone. If you imagine that it's just this button part here, it's easier to see in a close-up what this looks like. And so that was really great, but this one has a built-in clip. So I can clip it onto my clothes as easy as that. And as you can see, it's basically invisible. It's a tiny little black dot that just sits ideally pretty close to where your mouth is, or your noise or music or audio sources. And then there's various receivers. So this is the one I use. This is the receiver that's USB-C, and it just plugs right into the bottom of an iPhone or Android phone. And I'm not sure what's happening here. Someone's texting me, but suffice to say, it's that easy, and I'm ready to go. And not only that, but they've been smart enough with their engineering that if I use this to record video, I can play back the video and hear it through the phone speakers without having to unplug this. Now, those of you that have tried wireless microphones know what I'm talking about, because generally you have to unplug it to check the audio, plug it back in, hope that it worked. They've solved all of that. Really nice. Now, let me start with some specs. So these transmit, let me pull this one off. So they transmit 48 kilohertz at 24 bits with a signal-to-noise ratio of 70 decibels and a sound pressure level of 116 decibels. They do a really nice job. It's a really clean audio signal. This set that I got, this is the ultimate combo, comes with 2 transmitters. It comes with a USB-C receiver, which is suitable for Android, iPhone, tablets, pretty much anything you can plug it into. And then it also comes with a camera receiver. So to use microphone terminology, this gives you a dynamic microphone. So it also has in here, there's a USB-C to Lightning adapter. You can sort of fiddle that around and get that to work because there's USB-C on the end here. So you can use that even with an old iPhone. And then this one, this camera one, is known as a condenser or phantom microphone. And you can get it in mono or stereo mode. In other words, you can choose between those. And not only that, but you can also use a wire if, like with my Sony camera that I'm using right now, I have to plug in a 3.5 millimeter for an external microphone. So all of this is included. It comes with a couple of wind socks, or there's all sorts of funny names in the industry for them. There's a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. You know, really lovely box, helpful documentation. There's an app. There's so much to like here. I have more I want to talk about, but let's just jump into some demos. So first I'm going to demonstrate this using my iPhone as a camera, and then we'll switch to actually using my Sony as the camera. So we're going to do the dynamic microphone, and then we're going to do the condenser microphone. Let's get into those demos. Hey there, so I'm about 30 feet away from my iPhone right now, and you're hearing me because of the Hollyland microphone. I assure you, if I didn't have a microphone and I was just yelling, I would be hollering my little heart out and you still wouldn't be able to hear me very well. So, as you can hear, It does a really great job, gives you an enormous amount of flexibility, and the transmitter's so small that you can't even see it on my clothes. So a win all around. Now, let me jump back on my regular camera. Hi again, I'm still about the same distance, but now I'm using my Sony camcorder, so it's a totally different technology, but obviously I'm using the same microphone. The difference here is that I've turned on environmental noise cancellation. So I don't know that we'll be able to hear a difference. I'm in a pretty quiet environment, but let me turn it off, and I'm going to do that by pulling the transmitter off and then pushing the orange button. And now it should be without ENC, and I'm not sure it's going to sound very different, but in either case, you can tell the audio quality is great, and this distance makes it super flexible. Pretty impressive, isn't it? Now, let's real quick go through the app itself. This is called LarkSound. It's Android or iPhone. But I want to tell you that the little clip-on that you can't even see on my shirt, it's actually titanium, and it weighs 7 grams, which is 0.25 ounces. It is so light that you're going to clip it on and absolutely forget that you have it. This is the future of microphones. So nice. And I will note, there's no visible logo. So if you're using this for commercial work, you don't have to worry about hiding any of the logos from the company or anything. So let me go ahead and plug in this. We're going to launch LarkSound, and it'll take a moment or two, but it will see the transmitter. Again, this is the dynamic phone transmitter, and it will then hopefully, let's see, I'll press plus. There we go. So I can do that. Either way, it works. It's loading, and you'll see there's not a huge number of controls, but honestly, how many controls do you need? You can see that it is pretty loud right now with it being this close to my voice or to my mouth, so I can just adjust that down a little bit, or if it was way too soft, I would adjust it up. But you never want to see that red, because that red means you're getting clipping, which just is the opposite of really nice audio. I can use the phone speaker. I can turn on ENC, which is what that NC level is. And channel mode's interesting. So you can switch between mono and stereo. So if I do that here, then the other microphone is in the charging case, so it's not getting any signal. So now I would suddenly be left channel only or right channel only, but then I can go back to mono and it merges the stream. And not a huge lot else you can do here. The most important thing is with the gear on the top right, and then go into version information, and then you can check that you have the latest version of the firmware. That's pretty darn important. So that's pretty much everything in this demo. I'm going to turn this recording off. So I do want to tell you it has an impressive 300 meter or 1,000 foot range unobstructed. So that means that certainly if you're in a big room and you want to do some yoga demonstrations or something, your camera can be in the far corner and you'll never have an issue. The clips stay on really well, so you have tons of range. It has 9 hours of working time, and you can put it, any or all of the pieces, into the case, and then they will charge again, and the case gives you 2.5 extra charges, giving you a total functional time of 30 hours of battery life. And you're thinking, when you run out of battery, how long does it take to charge? And that's a good question. It would be the perfect amount of time for you to have a lunch break and give people a chance to go over the script and double check their lines. So 1.5 hours to go from 0 to 100, but you might not need that much time, right? So if you're like got most of your film in the can and you're just like, just got to reshoot that one scene, you can charge it during lunch, and then you can come back and you can have another couple hours. So super cool. As I said, it has environmental noise cancellation, or ENC, and it is compatible with Android and iPhone and iOS and iPadOS and cameras and computers, your PC, your Mac, your Chromebook. You can plug this into. This is the one I think you would use, and you can use the wire, and now it comes in as a 3.5 millimeter microphone. So you could use this on Zoom and then be walking around in the front of the class using the chalkboard, whatever you need to do. So I really, really like this. Now let me show you, as I said, everything that comes with this is that USB-C to USB-A charging cable, the USB-C to Lightning adapter cable, the 3.5 millimeter cable so you can use it with inputs that are requiring 3.5 millimeter, and there's the two wind socks, there's a carrying bag. Whew, lots of stuff. And then let me give you some close-ups so you can see. Here are the transmitters. You can see they're so darn small. It's really an impressive piece of engineering. And then this is the phone receiver, and it is small enough you could leave it plugged into your iPhone and just not even worry about it. It certainly doesn't make it any less portable or handheld. And then finally, this is the camera receiver, also known as our condenser or phantom microphone receiver. And that one you can use typically with that wire and then just plug it in and just let it dangle down. All of this stuff is so ridiculously light. And then finally, here's everything in the charging case so you can see what that looks like. Here's that charging case, and that has everything that you need to go and be in the field and record. So if you're a vlogger, or if you're a hardcore TikToker, or whatever the next TikTok's gonna be, then this is a great piece of hardware. I'm so impressed that the next video I do, I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna bail on this wired lavalier mic. Why go through the hassle when I can just do it wirelessly? So nice. Really, if you're using any video, this is definitely something to check out. And two microphones means two of you can have a conversation and it's all just magically going to be captured. How cool is that? Great. Now, I am going to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for notifications, and if you found this of value, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Sweet. This is the Hollyland Lark M2S wireless lavalier microphone, and it comes in various combinations with various adapters and various cables. This is the ultimate combo, and it is $149 at Amazon.com. If you don't need all of this hardware and if you don't need all of these cables, there are various combinations that will let you lower the price as you need less hardware. Please take your time and double check that you're getting the right one, however, because it's a little complicated. But honestly, whether you're using a phone or a tablet or a computer or a full-blown camcorder or professional camera, then there's a lot to like here with this device. And this is really one of the best, smoothest, and easiest to use wireless microphones I've ever tested. That's what I got. Hope to catch you in my next video.